We are live.
Hey, good morning, one and all. Hopefully, you can hear me. Wave at me if you can hear me, Jerome, and wave at me if you can hear me, Rose. Good. I'm gonna unmute you guys. Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to another edition of Saturday Morning Cartoons. We do this each and every week, or when we are around, when we are in town. And what we both basically do is we focus on things of our youth. Okay, Saturday mornings as we were growing up and sometimes a little before because we have done some Saturday morning. I want to say welcome to a bunch of people that are in the cartoon crew room right now. Corey Graw, I have no idea who you
Corey
are.
Grant. Corey Grant, and he's a friend of mine.
Okay, perhaps we need a Velma or a Valerie. Yeah, definitely Velma. You're absolutely right. That's a good
I
pick.
think Valerie's the better choice in this case. She's more
Probably
technologically
so,
than Velma.
but I've always been a Velma guy. For some
No, man,
bizarre reason,
I had a thing for
yeah,
Valerie.
hold on. For one reason, a girl in glasses and short skirts really does something to me. So,
Hey,
all right.
you
So,
take the short skirts, I'll take the pussycat outfit.
okay, we did not miss last Saturday's show as we had a last Saturday show, but between that Saturday and this Saturday, I was in the middle of the Caribbean. And if you guys have been on my Facebook and all and saw the photos that I posted,
great photos.
Literally on the way home, all day. What's today? Saturday, right?
Saturday.
Okay. All day Thursday, we had a medical emergency on board ship, and I was literally sitting in my cabin, and I'm looking out my balcony window, and I'm seeing this Coast Guard cutter, or that's a ship, but a Coast Guard helicopter, literally circling the ship. First, I said, "Oh, look, there's a helicopter. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, look, there's that helicopter again. What the hell? Hey, wait a minute." So anyway, they had to hover alongside the ship and had to basket a couple people off the ship, and security kept us off the entire rear or aft of the ship. No one was allowed to go back there at all because of the operation they were performing. So whoever they airlifted off, I heard rumor to heart attack, but whoever they airlifted off, I hope they're doing fine and everything was kosher. But fantastic trip, fantastic weather. That was
I saw the suffering you were going through. It was
I
terrible.
Am I darker? Am I darker? Am
Yeah,
I darker?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
That was cruise number 61 for me, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, 61 cruises.
Rose, did you see that he's lost the bags under his eyes?
Yeah, he looks like really relaxed.
Yeah, and I think we can't allow this to happen anymore.
Look, I am a person that is difficult for me to relax. It really is. I have work on my mind constantly. The fact that I live in the state of Florida doesn't make it any better because we can relax every day if we wanted to on a beach. But I'm an activity kind of guy. I need to keep moving, keep going, whatever. And I played a lot of trivia contests that was on the ship. But the fact of just laying out in the sun. Number one, there is no need for me to do that. Okay. And I know you're in Massachusetts and you're white. But number two, I gotta, I was really upset because I left a good book here home that I wanted to get into. And that was perfect time on that ship for me to get into that book. And I could not. So I did a lot of walking. A lot of eating. Oh my God, I was eating when I was nowhere near hungry. None.
It's everywhere, right?
It's everywhere. It's like, nah, I'm not gonna. Maybe just a little bit of that.
It's a case of they're fattening you up for Thanksgiving for the cannibalism,
It sucks. I mean, you would think that I would have 50 pounds on me right now. But when you overeat, it doesn't stay in the body. So, running back.
Did you do the dancing at night? Do the cha-chas and all that?
Of course. We did a lot of dancing. We did a lot of parties. My God, they showed on the deck and the big freaking screen on the Lido deck. I watched Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I watched Avengers Endgame, Out Under the Stars.
That's so nice.
It was really treacherous. So I just wanted to let everybody realize that vacationing is very hard. And also the fact that it's bookend, in terms of rushing to get to the ship and rushing to get off the ship. It ruins everything in between.
Rose and I are feeling your pain. We really are. I want you to know that we are sympathetic to the pain and suffering you went through this week.
Oh, I couldn't tan up my butt. I mean, it was.
We're entirely glad for. Thank you. We did not need to see those pictures.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're missing a few people in our comment crew. Our regular.
Where are our regulars?
I don't know where the regulars are, and I hope there's not a computer glitch. Because the intro was kind of sketchy. So, who knows? The good thing about it, when this is downloaded through this company that we use to do our broadcast, is downloaded in HD. So it kind of cleans up a lot of live broadcasting issues.
Next time, then I got to put makeup on because you don't want to see,
Well, no, the fact that it's cold up there now, Jerome, I can't fathom. It's 92 degrees and not a cloud in the freaking sky today. And I understand that you have to put stuff on your arms and legs. Am I correct on that?
No arms.
You don't want to see the legs. I'm talking about when you walk outside.
For those of us who live up here, I'm wearing shorts right now. I walked out this morning in my bare feet at 39 degrees to get the mail.
Oh,
no way.
No.
That's freezing.
You ask my wife. I walk in the snow in my bare feet.
Oh my God. I thought it was, being psychotic does those kind of things to you. You just don't. You just don't notice.
You got to remember, guys. I've been in the north pretty much all my life, and I've been even further north. I lived in a section of Canada, that was even colder.
I can't imagine. I've never even seen snow.
We got our good buddy Terry on right now. And Terry, I want you to go ahead and type in there and tell me what your temperature. I know you're going to put it in Celsius, but if you can convert it to Fahrenheit, give us an idea of what it's like in Ireland right now.
And don't bother with Ken because Ken's up here in Massachusetts.
I feel for you. This is the reason why I moved from the north. Okay,
no, Baltimore is not the north. I'm sorry, it is not the north.
It's the north of me.
Down here, we go from let me think, summer to spring. Okay, we go straight into spring after this summer is over. Okay, yeah. It's been a long time when we experienced since we.
You know what this is, right?
Tiny violin.
Yeah. 39 is like what you experience from like 1 a.m. in the morning till about 7.
Look, we evacuate the state at 60 degrees. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. You got to have Godzilla.
I got to have a jacket at 60.
Terry's saying, good morning, Cheryl, my love. Terry is saying it's very overcast. We're waiting on a storm coming. Currently, it's around 11 Celsius. That's about 30.
Well, 0 is 30. No, 0 is 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
0 is 32. Yes, Fahrenheit. I know that, but
so 11C is 41? Probably around 50-ish.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's
Shut up, woman. You live in Florida. What the hell are you talking about? That ain't nice. Pulling my butt. At that point, the heat comes on. Okay.
Well, that is true. That is true.
I remember one year. Hey guys, bear with us. We're gonna get to cartoons in a minute. Okay, but this is breaking news. I need to create that. I need to create that.
You gotta get the crawl across it.
Do that too. But this is breaking news because there were a lot of things that happened while we were away. Some sort of freaking cold front came in on Jerome's locale. So I'm kind of.
This is a great time because the leaves are starting to change up here.
They are.
There we go. Breaking news.
There you go.
This is the breaking news that's important.
Breaking news. It's cold where Jerome is.
Hey, what is leaves? We don't get leaves on our ground.
Oh, here, that's right. That's right.
We kind of stay where they are.
Wait a minute. We have a something here. Come here. Oh, wait a minute.
We have dead grass though when it doesn't rain. That's
Gwenny,
where we get our brown,
right now.
Brown color from.
Gwen.
Oh, you're going to the little one?
Say hi.
All right. Okay. Here's another one for you guys. If I can get this going.
Wave.
Hi, Gwen.
Hey, wait a minute. Come here, Gwen.
Hi, baby. How you doing, sweetheart? Hi. How are you?
Great.
How's school?
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
School is. Oh my God, you're a drinker already. Never mind. Anyway. All right, guys. Remember.
Are you watching Blue's Clues?
No, I'm watching on my new iPad.
Oh, okay.
New iPad.
Yeah, I have one.
All right, go away. Cool. Go away. Bye. Tell her I love her.
All right.
Cheryl said it's 48 degrees in Maryland last night. Oh my God. Cold at the haunted attraction. Anyway, it was 25 this AM in what's orange, Jerome?
That's Massachusetts. That's Western Mass.
That's a county?
I think it's a town actually.
Okay. Oh my God. I'm so sorry for you guys, but
no, listen. And by the way, Frostbite Falls is in northern Minnesota, and I've been there, and that's actually colder than here in Massachusetts.
Okay, but
because I spent about a year and a half in northern Iowa. Okay, so I can tell you cold.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. My mother is from northern Iowa.
Uh-huh.
Hey! Enough with that scroll.
All right. Okay, guys, this morning, this is going to be Rose's kind of show here since I need to handle the
Wait a minute. Rose did phenomenal research.
Yes. Okay, that's the half good part of all of this. Okay,
look.
Yeah, it was last minute, unfortunately.
All right, now
that's last minute.
Okay, this episode is based on Drawn to Play music, and it's basically music that we've seen in our cartoons on Saturday morning. From the chase scenes in Scooby-Doo right down to Josie and the Pussycats actually playing live. Rose sent me her extensive work, her incredible list. Way to go, Rose. Shut up, Terry. I haven't gotten to the second. Just shut up. All right. Anyway, so Rose did incredible in terms of her research. I'm really, really happy. I'm really, really proud of her. But the unfortunate side of this is I got her list 25, 30 minutes before showtime. Okay. Today's Saturday.
She met deadline.
Okay. Oh, wait. I was on a freaking cruise from Monday to Friday. She knew as of last Saturday that this show was going to happen. Okay. So what
Very true.
what I had a problem doing was downloading all of the shows on the list from her list. I did as best as I could. But right now, what we're basically going to do is we're going to, I guess I got to throw to Rose what I was able to download so she can talk about it instead of going right down her list, because she just decided that midnight was not an option. and she said, I
started at like 6:30 this morning.
Well, you know what? At 6:35, I should have had this in my hand.
This is 6:30. You started this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, if this thing leads like a frickin' term paper, okay? And she started this at 6:30 and turned it in at 8:30.
I want you to look at this woman carefully, okay? Due to the fact that I cannot throw my fist through this screen, okay? Yeah. I want her to imitate as if she was getting smacked around. Go ahead, Rose. No, not yourself, woman. That's my hand. What's wrong with you? Is it sadist or is it masochist? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, bad girl. Anyway,
I mean, look at this thing.
She did an incredible amount of work. I am so happy. Deanna and Sage and Garrett, I'm so glad you guys are on this morning. Good morning, guys. Right now, we're using Rose as a punching bag because she sent me her list for this segment like 30 minutes ago or something like that.
About an hour, yeah.
I was standing my ass on the freaking deck of a cruise ship.
We don't need that picture.
I'm sure Rose has got everything done by time I get back to Orlando. I don't have a worry in the world. Well, that's crap. Yeah. Anyway, so what we're talking about today, like I said before, drawn to play music. And Rose has put together a fantastic list. She's going to carry on with this broadcast, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let you preface this segment. And then when you're done, Rose, I'm going to tell you what I have ready to show. Okay. So wait a minute. Let me switch screens here and let me have people use you as a dartboard. And there you go. It's on you, baby. Go for it while I'm searching.
All right. Well, today's theme is drawn to play music. There's been several shows over the decades that had music as part of their cartoon. And the reason for that, I think, is for, additional money, because they could do like little albums and stuff and put it out. And it just, everybody seemed to enjoy music with their mystery or with their storyline. And it's really odd how mysteries and music go hand in hand a lot throughout the decades. But we've got a lot to show you, and I hope that you enjoy it today. And let's see what we've got first. What do you have first for us, Mark?
Well, let's talk a little bit about Jim. Tell me about Jim.
Oh, okay. We're gonna start like way into the future, because usually we start back in the past. So Jim and the Holograms was a cartoon that was on in 1985. Who all remembers that? Who all remembers watching Jim?
I didn't watch it, but my wife was a fanatical fan of it. I
did watch Jim. It was an American animated television series, and it ran from 1985 to 1988, and it was in syndication. So a lot of people didn't really get to see it, I guess, unless you were, looking for it. But it was, very popular.
It was basically Saturday morning cartoon MTV style.
Yeah, this was during the MTV era, and it was the show is about a music company with the owner Jerrica Benton and her singer alter ego Jim, and her band was the Holograms. And as many of you might know, there was a movie made of that. I think it was in 2001. Wait a minute. No, Jim just came out, didn't it? Like,
yes, it did. And the less said, the better.
I think it was maybe that was the film that was like one of the least grossing movies of all time. I didn't see it, but I don't know. Did any of you see it? Let us know.
Okay, I have a confession. Hey guys,
Molly Ringwald was in that movie.
Here's an interesting bit about it.
Can you hear me?
The show. What? No, I'm sorry.
Okay, I thought I was muted or something like that, but I have one quick confession.
Sure.
I hated this show.
I
was not a big fan of it either.
I think
it's more of a girls' show.
I agree with that. I'm not wondering why can I not get a split screen of you guys here?
But I know that there's got to be some guys out there who liked it.
Corey, my friend Corey says it was part of a Saturday morning group of cartoons.
Okay.
It might have been on. It was syndicated, so it might have been on. I don't know what channel it would have been on, but it wasn't like an ABC, NBC, or CBS show. I remember seeing it on Sunday mornings, I think, for a while. The animation was done actually in Japan by Toei Animation, which is known for a lot of anime.
Aha. Okay, now I know why I couldn't do what I wanted to do. You let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready to go.
Oh, is this the intro?
Yeah. I'm going to get my vomit bucket. I think I'm going to need my vomit bucket a lot during this broadcast. Just
get me a bucket.
I didn't really think that I would need it this soon, like immediately. Even though Sage said, I don't know if it was strictly a girl show. It wasn't a favorite either. I think it was a girl show.
It was a girl show, but
there were a lot of girls bands that were popular at that time, like the Go-Go's, and you had Joan Jett, the Blackhearts.
The Bangles.
I like that music. If it was a group that sang really cool music, yeah, it would not be a girl show. And
the problem with this, if you listen to the music, it's heavy techno and synth.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
And that I think is where my problem is. That and the fact that the costumes just kind of like over the top 80s stuff.
It's so 80s. Look at those leggings on that one.
Yeah, but even for someone who watched MTV religiously back then, okay, which caused me to flunk a couple of classes. It was over the top for MTV and that stuff.
Right. Hey, to answer Garrett's question here, I wish I was still on it, Garrett. Okay.
Corey says that it was really made to sell the dolls. The show was. And
sure. Just like G.I. Joe for the boys. Even though I think it was a toy before the show.
It was a toy in the 1960s. And what they did was they went from the 12-inch doll down to the the less than 6-inch dolls.
But I think you're right. I think the show was in fact created basically as a marketing tool. But okay, look, can I just go ahead and grab my vomit?
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead. Let's see it.
Wait a minute. You've cut the top of their heads off.
Oh, thank God. Okay, let's just wait for it. If you hear any background noise, that's me, hawking up a loogie or something. I don't know. All right, here we go. Let's scream. We're done. Hang in there, Jerome. It's almost over, man. 20 seconds, Jerome. Hang in there, buddy. Such lyrics.
Oh,
I think that you could sing along with that really easily after the first line, right?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Hey, I thought
it's
you were
fitting
gonna.
because this is only the beginning of our show today. So
I thought you
my
were gonna
God.
actually. I thought you were gonna show the opening theme music, as in like at the beginning of the credits.
I thought so too.
well, you know what though about that show? What I like about it is you can see like the '80s hair and it's
makeup,
like a moment in time.
Well, also you could also see the '70s and the punk influence too.
Oh
You
my
got
God!
Mohawk, you got the weird. I mean, it was such a mishmash of stereotypes of music in there. All you needed was one of the girls wearing a cowboy hat.
Oh my God!
You know?
Hey, you guys, I hopped up an action figure just so you know. It was not my
You know what
fault.
I think? I think that Jim actually had one of those heads you could style like Barbie.
I think so too. Yeah. And
I
did you notice the girls' shapes?
Yeah.
Barbies. Those were Barbies.
I love Sage's response. She said, "Holy moly, look at that crazy eye makeup."
Kind of like
Oh,
kids,
no.
for
I've seen you in person, Sage.
Come on, that was like
darling.
that was
Don't
like
judge.
go back and watch Duran Duran's "Hungry Like a Wolf." They're wearing the same type of face makeup in that video.
Ziggy Stardust and David Bowie.
Exactly. Yep.
Hey guys, I'm about to give you what you asked for. Thank you very much for making me do this again, or the torture.
There we go.
Look at Cheryl. Look at her icon.
That would be the bad band.
Hey, I swear to you that those dolls.
I wonder what her name is.
I don't know either.
The quote bad band, my friend Corey said the bad band was the Misfits, and they were basically a punk band.
Okay. I'm telling you, those actresses look like my toilet bowl cleaner. I mean, it would have been nice if I had them in color, but unfortunately mine is just white.
Okay, so this thing was surprisingly popular.
It really was for a couple of years there.
I was surprised by it, and the fact that it's got such a cult following that they actually spent money to make a film, which again, the less said the better, surprises me. Oh my God, yeah. I
get it. Believe me.
I guess we got to move on.
Okay. You want me to find you something to talk about, right? Because I have. Okay. What do you have on the Archies?
Oh, the Archies. Well, that is one of the favorites of I think anybody. When you think about musical cartoons, I think the first thing you probably think about is the Archies. The Archies was originally a comic book, and it still is. And they decided to do a television series based on music, so that they could sell records. That Sugar Sugar was a huge hit. You still hear it today on the radio.
It was I think the only song that hit number in the top 10 from all the cartoons.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
It was it was probably, and somebody correct me on this, probably the most popular animated song in animation history. Let's put it that way.
It was a tie. It's close because the Pebble song was very popular also.
Which I do have, but we're going to get to that when we get to that.
That song that we're talking about, Sugar Sugar, was featured on the From the Earth to the Moon soundtrack that HBO did about the space program. And it's in a lot of definition. I mean, when they do music to describe the early 60s, the Kennedy era or just after the assassination, this song comes up all the time as a definitive sort of bookmark for that era of time.
Yeah, 1969 is when it premiered.
Doesn't do a diabetic good, okay? I'm just pointing that out. Go ahead. Carry it away, Rose. Go for it, baby.
Okay, well, the Arches was very popular as a television series. It actually had different incarnations, and it went on through until 1978. So I remember actually seeing this on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, me too.
The one that I really recall, because I was a little bit older then, was when they did the United States one, the U.S. of Archie.
I have that for you too.
And
that was bicentennial,
because
wasn't
I
it?
remember it was the bicentennial. They like started it for the bicentennial actually, and even though it started 2 years earlier in 1974, they really played up on that, and they did like a whole history thing with music, which was pretty cool. And that's the show that really sticks out in my mind. The Archies was actually a little bit earlier than before I was born, but I did see that too because they replayed all that stuff on Saturday morning.
Yes, they did.
And so, so I mean, that was a really good run. I mean, when you think about cartoons, they usually last maybe a season or two, but the Archies lasted almost a decade, from 69 to 78. So
And you can still find them online, and I know people still watch them.
yeah,
Always.
absolutely. And I think it's actually gotten popular again because of the Riverdale series on
Riverdale
CW,
series.
which is absolutely nothing like the cartoon at all. But
Have
they
you
do
ever watched-
employ that music.
and
They do have that
Sabrina.
music element.
And
Okay.
Sabrina.
And Sabrina the Teenage Witch with Melissa Joan Hart.
Yep.
And, no. I'm talking the modern one. I'm talking the Netflix Sabrina.
Oh, the Netflix, which I have yet to watch.
And by the
I
way,
have not seen it yet.
yeah. And then the spin-off Josie.
Okay. Are you ready for us?
Go.
Oh, wait a minute. I just screwed up. Here we go. I'm still on vacation. Shut up.
And now, the Riverdale Carnival presents the Archies.
Take care of the kissing booth while we're singing, Sabrina.
Okay, everybody, here we go with our new hit record, Sugar, Sugar!
Sugar, oh honey, honey, you are my candy girl.
Pausing. I had the hots for Veronica. Enough said.
And you got me wanting you. Honey,
That's Reggie, right? And Sabrina.
oh, sugar, sugar, you are my candy girl. And you got me wanting you.
I never knew Sabrina had a thing for Reggie.
I just can't
I never knew she had the thing for frogs.
Take for his kiss.
I just can't believe it's true. I just can't believe the wonder of this feeling too. I just can't believe it's true. Ah, sugar. Oh, honey, honey. You are my candy girl. And you got me wanting you.
We got about another 2 minutes.
Oh, honey. Oh, sugar, sugar. You are my candy girl. And got me wanting you.
Bestiality.
When I kissed your girl, I knew how sweet a kiss could be. I know how sweet a kiss
It's just perfect that Archie is a bunny.
sunshine, pour your sweetness over me.
Oh, a little sugar on me, honey. Oh, 20 seconds. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I have a trivia question for the cartoon crew.
Yay.
Anybody know the name of that dog in the video? Do you know what the name of the dog is? It's
That's
Jughead's
the
dog.
That's for the cartoon crew and not us, right?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't know it.
I think I know it.
Is there any answers on that? Anybody
Wait
gonna
a minute,
take a guess?
remember, we got a time delay here, so we got to give him time
we got
to
a
read
time.
it.
I forget about that. Yeah, the time delay.
Anybody? Okay, move on and let them at least get a chance to answer.
I have some information about that song.
Okay, go ahead, Jerome.
Okay, so first off, that song was done by a bunch of studio artists. Okay, there was no big names whatsoever that sang that, and they all had to sign serious non-disclosure forms to so that nobody would know that it was them that sang it.
Oh,
okay? I mean, it was kept quiet for years.
Okay, so who do you have? Who do you know?
Who do I know? I saw something online about it. There was an interview.
Okay, so no names of the artists that we can.
My friend Corey came up with the name.
Yes, I see it right there.
Yes, and that is the correct name.
It's really funny. It doesn't. His post does not show up on my panel board here.
No, he's in the watch party.
He's
in the watch party, but he can't get into the cartoon crew.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Oh, I know why. He probably has to go. Well, he has to go to my page and find the link.
He said he could, but he can't get in your page for some reason.
Oh my God, that's too bad.
We'll work on that with him later. Okay?
Yeah, we'll see you, Corey. Corey is the winner on that. Go ahead, Rose. You see? Oh, Rose doesn't see it. So go ahead, Jerome.
So anyway, they did not even the people that did it, especially the lead singer, didn't even talk about it till the 1980s. Okay, and there's you can go online and you can find there's a real scratchy recording of it that they basically walked in one day, they got handed the music and said, play this, and they did it in one day. And he said basically then they made them sign these non-disclosure forms, which they said were almost
we're gonna have to do some research and basically find out who those actors are.
They got some money for that. I hope
they were studio musicians, so it's you got the regular pay.
Yeah, Garrett is right. So okay guys, let's move on, but let's go ahead and give Corey props because Corey in fact did come up with the correct answer. The name of the dog was in fact Rose.
Hot dog.
Very good. So it was hot dog. Sage.
Congrats, Corey.
Yeah, you get some sugar, Corey. Okay.
Jingle jangle.
Excuse me.
Jingle jangle. That's another song they sang. It was like
thank God.
It was done by a group of studio musicians managed by Don Kirshner.
Oh, Kirshner. Okay.
Yeah.
That bastard. Anyway, so here we go. This is the next one, Rose. If you want to talk about the U.S. Archie, I'm going to play that next if you have any information on it.
Yep, the U.S. of Archie. It was on from September 1974 to 1976, so it ran for 2 years, which is a pretty big deal. It was a spinoff, and it talked about American history, and it was produced by Filmation, Lou Scheimer and Norm Prescott.
Yep.
Excellent. And I did love those guys, of course. Lou and the other guy.
It just goes to show you, they were trying to. I think this probably came out more along the lines that they wanted to try to bring like some history into Saturday morning.
Yeah, because it was the bicentennial, man. Everybody was doing something with the bicentennial.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I like this music. All right, U.S. of Archie.
That show is the show I really remember watching when I was younger. I would have been about 3 or 4 while that was on.
Right. Hey guys, just FYI right now, Corey and Michelle, I think I just friend you, so you can probably get in now. So kind of check that out. So let's keep going on with the show. who mentioned it? Terry just mentioned something. Tell me a little bit about Pebbles and Bam Bam, Rose.
Oh, Pebbles and Bam Bam. It was, of course, the sequel to the Flintstones. It came on in 1972, and it was produced by Hanna-Barbera, of course, and it ran on CBS. Actually, from 1971 to 72, and the cast had Sally Struthers, and people ought to know where that's from. You know, who Sally Struthers is. And I guess she did the voice of Pebbles.
Yeah.
And it was a show where they were a band. They had these freaky friends, and I do remember watching that growing up. And boy, Bam Bam really grew up really strong too.
hey, it's a cartoon, woman. Take a shower.
Hey, come on. What about Pebbles? You know, I mean, you know.
Oh yeah,
she had some curves on her.
Yeah, and I'm big.
I like his hair, you know, and that hat he wears, the turtle.
You still talking about Bam Bam woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Corey made it in. That's good.
Yay! Yeah,
Okay,
because I friended him.
So the funny thing here is the funny thing about this is that this was a spinoff because of, and I think it was a spinoff because of the success of that song.
Yeah.
You know, Let the Sunshine In. That was a huge song.
I think I got that. I was on the list. I might have lost that, but I do have the.
It was a remake, no less, too.
Yes, and I love that song. And where is it?
Oh,
and
God,
I did not know it was a remake. I thought it was original.
Oh yeah, I looked that one up because I was doing some research for this show a few weeks ago, and it was a remake, and it was interesting on the fact that this is actually like I think the third remake of this song.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
And while you got, I tell you what, watch this. I'm gonna try and bring that back. Because I did have that.
So speaking of, let me just finish up with Pebbles and Bam Bam. So what you do is you get now this next one. You get them as their teenage years, basically. And everybody knows in cartoon land, if you're a teenager, you have to be part of a band or you're just not hip.
Right.
You know?
It's so true.
The other thing of that is that if you follow it, they actually followed these kids growing up over the years, and they finally did a wedding of Pebbles and Bam Bam.
Yes.
You know,
mm-hmm.
So it was very interesting to see a character actually progress as they grew along. The only thing we missed is those awkward or early adolescent years,
the preteen stuff.
Exactly, yes. The moody years.
Yeah. You know? Hey, check this out. They probably really would be called millennials. That was freaking awesome. That was the real first millennials, I guess, you know.
Oh, that's just painful.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, damn it. All right, tell you what, then suffer through this.
Yeah, I hate you. Well, I don't hear any sound.
I don't either.
I don't see anything moving either.
I don't either. You know what? Because I opened up another screen I shouldn't have. And
oh, see what happens when you bring the naughty stuff in?
Here we go.
So Bam Bam's wearing basically a hard hat. He's driving the prehistoric version of a dune buggy. You notice Mom and Dad have moved from that cool car to basically the equivalent of a sedan or something thereabouts. You know, it just getting weirder as time goes on.
It's sure.
Let me tell you something. If as you all know, the Flintstones just started on MeTV, and it's going to be on Sundays also. I think in a block in the morning.
Good.
But MeTV is a great little website on Facebook they have a lot of trivia, and they had a trivia question that stumped me about what the Bam Bam's friends' names were. And I'll tell you, I can't remember them now, but they're just wild.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I wish I'd seen that. Ken said it's funny how Pebbles and Bam Bam aged, but no one else did.
Come on, they found the fountain of youth back then. You know, that's how you know. How
No, I got it. Hey, Ken, buddy, rock don't crack. Yeah.
Oh, yay. Oh, you sick bugger.
Corey had a good point here too. Corey basically said Pebbles and Bam Bam moved to Holly Rock so Bam Bam could become a writer. Ooh,
I didn't know that one.
Wow, I forgot about that.
Good
Yeah,
job, Corey.
thank you,
Good
Corey.
job, brother. All right, get away from that TV. Anyways.
Hey, that man just redid the interior of his house. So you know, give him some peace.
What's it? It looks like.
It looks much better than it used to. Trust me.
It's 65,000 years, 65 million years now.
No, not that bad.
No, not that bad. Thank God. Okay, I'm doing 30 things at one time while you guys were speaking. Go ahead and pull something else up, Rose, if you don't mind, because I am struggling on another page here.
Oh, we gotta do the most famous of the bands.
I hope I got it.
I thought it was the Archies. What band are you thinking of?
Josie.
Oh yeah, I got it. Hold on.
Josie.
Hey, whoa, my God.
Come on. I promised Corey we would talk about Josie today.
Well, I'm sure we
Josie and the
will.
Pussycats.
Hey, do you leave
It was
Rose
a series. It was a series that was adapted from the Archie comics in 1970.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they actually had 2 albums that came out during that time under the name Josie and the Pussycats.
All righty.
And you know the funny thing is and this is a thing is that Valerie was first person of color to be a lead.
Yes.
On a Saturday morning cartoon. And
Very
I'll
cool.
tell you, as a kid watching it, I had the hots for Valerie.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, Valerie is really cool.
Just because she was like the smartest person of all, even smarter than Velma in some cases.
That's probably why I was into the dumb blonde. You like them smart.
But you like Velma, and Velma's very smart.
Yeah, but I felt like Valerie was even smarter, and she wore that cat outfit. You know, you just couldn't go wrong with it.
Yeah,
Josie was like so popular that they ended up having a sequel spinoff, Josie and the Pussycats in Outer Space.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's what Ken just mentioned. I love that in Outer Space too. I got a special treat for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Okay, due to the fact that people can sing Josie and the Pussycats, they think they got all the lyrics correct.
Uh-oh.
Watch this. Let me get it up on the screen. We full screen it, and here is guys chance to be a gem.
Oh, we're gonna karaoke it. Baby friends, two different we're involved with all of that.
Come along now. Josie and the Pussycats.
How about that? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got to unmute you. Hold on. Stop talking, Rose. Wait a minute. Let me unmute you. There you go. Go for it.
You had me muted the whole time. They missed my singing voice.
Hey.
Hold on. I have an excuse for that. I heard Jerome singing.
Hey, I heard you singing, so you don't get to start that.
I was doing it for the best of all humanity.
Sure
You didn't want us to lose our whole audience, huh?
Thanks a lot, guys.
Oh my God. That's why it's cold up there. And it freezes your vocal cords up there in the north. Oh my God.
But think about it, man. That is like one of the most popular Saturday morning theme songs.
You are absolutely right on that one. Absolutely right. It is.
Cartoon Network did this great little like movie skit about them with that theme song. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Well, what's interesting was in the 80s, and I think actually in the 90s, they did a redo where modern indie film music acts redid the Saturday morning cartoons. And the people they got to do Josie and the Pussycats said they got into that song during the recording session so deep and so heavy they just couldn't stop themselves.
I even like Josie in Outer Space, but this is classic. Okay, this is original. And I think, like you said, it was probably, even though Sugar Sugar might have been one of the most popular songs on animated TV, this is the most well-known animated TV series music, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I just absolutely adore Josie and the Pussycats music. And I actually enjoyed the cartoon series as well. I think it was
a good show.
Probably second to Scooby-Doo in terms of his mystery solving and going around the world and things of that nature.
They had a lot of background from the comics, so they they could make it more rich. Who
the hell read the
a lot of
comic?
the shows.
I didn't even know there was a comic.
Oh yeah,
Josie was a part of the Archie comics.
Yes, it was
before they had their show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I was into G.I. Joe and Big Jim, and
what's interesting is Josie not only is part of Riverdale now. They've got they showed up in the Riverdale show, but they got their own and they got their own movie, which has become while being basically a pretty bad film, has since become a cult classic.
Right.
Actually, the actress who played Josie on Riverdale is getting her own series. This, I think, it'll probably be in the spring.
So wait a minute, it was only Josie that showed up on Riverdale?
No, they had the whole Pussycats for a while, and then they kind of backed them off. There was a Valerie, and then they kind of like backed those characters in the background. Then it became just Josie mostly, and now Josie got her own. She's getting her own show.
So it's going to be a Josie song album. I mean, are we going to get maybe
it's going to be Josie and Katie Keene, who was she was like a fashion character.
Yeah, I like Katie Keene.
So the show's called Katie Keene, but she's going to be she's going to be like the co-star in it, playing
Excellent.
Josie. Yep.
Look at Terry's point there. And by the way, Terry is in from Ireland. Terry is with us every week. Terry actually did us a new logo for my entertainment group, which I'm too late. Terry, I'm still on vacation. Shut up. Okay. So, I'm going to eventually debut that sometime today, I'm sure. Really want to say hello to all of Jerome's friends that are watching right now, all of our regular people in the cartoon crew. Ken Purdy.
I want to do this one though personally. This is a personal one. My Uncle Joe from Texas is on. He just discovered Facebook and he's been watching the show this morning. So I want to welcome my uncle.
Well, hello, personal welcome to Uncle Joe, man. I got one for you. And there's Uncle Joe. He was moving down the junction. There's your welcome for you, Uncle Joe. Welcome, man. This is us going back to our youth and your youth as well. In fact, this is now appropriate for Uncle Joe. I got to dig this up. We have talked a lot about the 70s cartoons and 60s mostly 70s cartoons and late 60s cartoons, shall I say. But I found something that's one of my favorite, and hopefully Uncle Joe can relate to this. Because every time I watch this, where are you? Oh, there you are. I was going to play something else, but since you mentioned Uncle Joe, I want to go ahead and throw this into the mix. Let me get back into my own studio here. Let me drop that down. And hopefully Uncle Joe remember this. And if he's talking to you, Jerome, somehow, Does he know how to use the?
No, he's not talking. He's not talking. He just listed as being joined the watch party.
Okay, so he's listening and he hasn't figured out how to.
We're getting there. You want to take those baby steps.
Jerome, speed it up, buddy. He better be ready. He better be ready for next week. Okay, I'm not going to tolerate not hearing from Uncle Joe. That sucks, buddy. All right, so Uncle Joe, I hope you enjoy this. You guys, I got to see how long it is, but if it's too long, I'll cut it short. But you're going to love this.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the story of three little pigs. One played a pipe and the other danced jigs. The three little pigs are still around, but they're playing music with a modern style. Three little pigs were in the groove. Everything was running smooth. The pigs were due for a big surprise, for the wolf appeared with red-rimmed eyes.
Ooh, you cool. Ooh, you cool. Ooh, you cool, man. Cool.
Well, to show he was friendly, he shook their hand, announced he was joining up with the band. Instead of starting an argument, 1 and 2 and away they went. The three little pigs were really gassed. They'd never heard such a corny blast.
We played in the West. We played in the East. We've heard the most, but you're the least.
Well, the big bad wolf was really mad. He wanted to play music and he wanted to play bad.
They stopped me before I could go to town, so I'll huff and puff and float her house down.
The house of straw was blown away.
Okay, so it didn't. It stopped on purpose because that's actually the short version. The longer version of it is longer than what we care to be.
Oh man, that is a great clip.
I wanted to.
At the end, I think he's playing in hell.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, at the end.
Because you got to get really hot to get really cool.
It is fantastic, and I'm sure Uncle Joe remembers that. He was probably born in the 70s. Oh, sorry about that.
He's actually only 14 years older than I am.
Oh, I got you then. But if you guys did not see that, you need to find it, to look it up.
That is a great.
Yeah.
It is a great clip
Now
from
who was
the
this?
40s.
Ken, my friend Ken said that he loved this short, but it's not as much as One Foggy Night.
Yes,
which is, we played that last
We
couple
did.
of ones.
We did, and we know the music that's in One Foggy Night. We just love it. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime dad.
And he mutes my
It will make
singing.
an appearance again, I assure you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, once again, this is Saturday Morning Cartoons. We do this each and every week based on a specific topic that we come up with or that you guys suggest, along with Jerome Connor and we back to your childhood, show you a little bit of things that it may be in the back of your head, but we want to remind you so we can bring it forward and go, oh my God, yeah, now I remember that. Not every time we fail. Now, we've done more animation. We said drawn to play music, okay? We said drawn to play music, but we do know that there were a lot of Saturday morning shows, okay, that in fact were live action. And this is probably one of the most famous live action of all shows. And I skipped ahead here, Rose. This might not even been on your list, I don't think, but it's what I was finding before. And hold on, good job on that one, Ken. Ken says, by the way, Michigan J Frog. Yes, we know that, and that's great. Corey said that was a great bebop song. Yes, it was back during the early jazz era of the late 40s, believe it or not, that came. But this you should remember, it's not the theme song of the show, but it is a piece within the show. And I want you guys, Jerome and Rose, to talk about this a little bit after it is done. It's 2.5 minutes, so here we go.
Girl, you know you move me. Everything is super cool. It's a good day, good day. For a parade. Oh, here we go now.
20 seconds. Okay, I guess that was it. When is that horror movie?
It's already out. It's on video.
My daughter saw it, actually.
It's what now?
My daughter watched that movie.
It's on video, so it doesn't come to the theaters. It's a video
It did not
movie?
come to the theaters. She
on demand.
Saw it online. Yep, on
Yeah,
demand.
it's on demand.
And what did she say?
She thought it was horrible. But it was originally supposed to be based on a cartoon, not a cartoon, a video game called Five Nights at Freddy's. But they lost the contract, so they got the Banana Splits to play this. It's sort of like they're like Chuck E. Cheese characters at a restaurant, at a pizza restaurant, and then they're going to take them down, so they like start killing people.
Isn't that like, what is it? The Disney one, the Bears. The Bears. There was a.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That there was the restaurant with the bears, but it's also like Chuck E. Cheese too. I forget what I think it was called. I want to say Buckaroo Pizza or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
But we only
Banjo.
We only live in Florida, Rose and I. So you know.
Well, no, I remember what he's talking about, but it was like it was like when I was in the 70s. I just can't remember the name of that.
Right.
Does anybody else remember the name of that restaurant that had the animatronics that wasn't Chuck E. Cheese? That would be, interesting to know if anybody in the cartoon crew knows that.
Yeah. Okay. I think so. I wanted to show something that was live action that still had music and Banana Splits.
There was more than just the Banana Splits for live action for music.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sure they are, but I think the Banana Splits is probably more prevalent only because their show was based on a band called the Banana Splits.
Right.
The Bugaloos.
The Bugaloos, yes, the Bugaloos was a group. Very good. That was a musical group as well.
Didn't Sigmund and the Sea Monsters have a band? Didn't they try to, the two kids and the monster try to do a band thing, something?
I think so.
Hold on. So. Your tourist friends from up north has come up with answers. Good job, people who live far away. The Floridians couldn't come up with it. The damn Northerners did, right?
Well, what can I say? We're smart up here.
Yeah, that's all you guys dream about is coming down here.
Oh, no.
Okay, all right.
See, if I came down there, I'd have to actually visit you.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And
that you don't want that,
I'll be the house boarded up. Okay. I'll be the one boarded up in Orlando
with the moat and the snakes and the alligators, right?
All right,
guys. Speaking of Banana Splits, do you guys remember the Brady Bunch episode that had the Banana Splits in it?
Yes.
You're kidding.
Yes, they were at an amusement park, and
they were in Cedar Point. Was it Cedar Point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And they were searching for the missing architectural drawing.
The whole thing went around the architect plans that kept going missing.
The park. They were doing a handoff, sort of like a relay.
Yes. Once they found it, it was the handoff.
But I don't remember the Banana Splits in that episode.
They were. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and Sage, yes, the Paychart did a lot of music, but they didn't. I don't recall them having a band unless it was like a one-man band thing.
Well, since we're still focused on Banana Splits / Brady's, let's go ahead and answer Garrett's question here. Garrett, I have a surprise for you since you brought it up. We came prepared sometimes. It's a rarity, but we do it sometimes. So watch
dear
this.
Lord.
And you know what? This has got to be the whitest song I've ever heard yet.
Do me a favor and mute me, will you, Mike?
Meet three
Mark?
sisters. Now meet the brothers. Ray's the leader and a good man for the job. There's another boy by the name of Peter. The youngest one is Bob. See our sisters, they're all quite pretty. First there's Marsha with her eyes are sparkling blue.
Oh my
Then
God.
there's Jen, the middle one who's really groovy.
Shoot me now.
And Sister Cindy too. Let's get set now for action and adventure. As we see things we never saw before. We'll meet Bob Top and Ping and Pong the pandas. And Marlin who has voices by the score.
Freaking talking bird.
The Brady Kids. Here's the world of your friends, the Brady Kids.
Yeah, thank you for that one, Garrett. You suck face.
So,
oh my
so
God.
tell me, was that not opening sequence of where they did the intros just a little bit on the creepy side?
Hey, let me tell you something.
Okay.
I prefer the live action music with the kids singing than I did the freaking cartoons, and this is probably a decade after.
But this was just listening to the words as they're described. There was a creepy vibe there that I'm like going, I don't really know I want to go much further in this song,
Yeah, when they started to throw in talking animals and
well, they had to have the talking animals. Come on.
They had a wardrobe too, so come on now, that ain't right.
When I was doing research for this, I found out something very interesting that I didn't even know about ever. And that was that the Brady Kids had a spin-off show called Mission Magic. And it starred Rick Springfield. It starred Rick Springfield. I didn't even know he was a singer in 1973.
Hold on. I didn't either. I never even heard of this show. I'm queuing this up as we speak, so stand by. You had put on your list Mission Magic, and I went, what the hell is Mission Magic?
Yeah, it blew my mind. My mind was blown, and I didn't even... I knew Rick Springfield in the 80s.
Of course you did.
Back when, but I did not realize he had been singing since like in the early 70s.
Oh yeah, because he was on the soap operas.
Yeah. Oh, I watched General Hospital,
Okay. I was outside playing, thank you very much. You were drooling over something that was drawn very badly, as we say. And now you get to suffer just a little bit more.
Yes.
Just a little bit more. Yeah, that looks good. All right. Hold on. I had to free your thing. Here we go. Oh, God, let's do drugs.
Cause I believe that I do. Yes, I can see, I believe that it's magic. And the shitty magic and love will come true. You believe that it's magic. Cause I believe that I do. Yes, I can see, I believe that it's
We don't talk about that, Corey.
If there's one thing that the world needs, it's a magic singing song. And I'm teaching the whole world to make them sing along. You believe in magic. I believe
There's a black guy.
Yes, I can see, I believe that it's magic. If your mission is magic, your love will shine through. If your mission is magic,
Okay, when did this crap come on?
1973.
What else was on in 73? I'm sure a lot more. I sure as hell didn't see it.
It was more popular in Australia, where Rick Springfield came from. I don't remember
There you go.
at all.
Okay.
I do not remember the show at all.
Yeah,
No.
well,
But you
it
know
was
what?
in Australia.
Here's the thing, okay? This is probably when Rick Springfield is starting out, okay? And when you're starting out and you ain't got food on the table, you take a job.
But he must have been popular down under because, they make a whole show about this guy, and I didn't even know about him until like a decade later, practically. Because Jesse's Girl, I think, was 1982, and that was like his biggest hit.
84, 85 or something, yeah. Yeah, I admit it. I have the Rick Springfield album.
I knew it. I knew it. All you Massachusetts people are weird.
Have you looked in the mirror recently?
I think
Oh,
Corey
yeah,
mentioned that Rick Springfield was on Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We
And he
try to
died in
forget
the
that.
first 15 minutes.
I was about to say we try to forget that. It was like the Flintstones of the era. You know, everybody thought it was cool to be on a cartoon series, and then say, "Hey, but I want to be on Battlestar." Okay, I want to move on, and I don't think you have this on your list as all. This was probably came off of mine, but this was probably one of my, not my favorite, but had the coolest opening theme song of its time, because it was just pretty cool to have kick butt music like that. So I want you guys to rock to this. All you need to do is just rock to it. You don't need to, because there are monsters out there that are pretty damn good with instruments. Okay, so here we go.
I know this one.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together. They got jokes for everyone with laughter, songs, and fun. So let's go to the Ghoulies get together. Come on, everybody, join the Ghoulies. They're gonna do their thing for you. They're kind of strange, they're real funny. And you'll be glad to know they love you too. Hey,
Everybody shout! Come on out.
sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together. And I want to see how fun they can be, 'cause it's time for the big Ghoulies show.
Now, this was a show that was entirely about music. It was almost like an animated hee-haw, because they would do a live action. Well, of course, they would do a segment, and then they break into a musical number, and they do another segment. Go ahead.
Okay, so a couple of things. I know they had Sabrina on this show for a while.
Yes, they did.
Okay, and if my memory serves, there was, I think, like an almost live action version of this. Not with the music, but they did, sort of the
I'll
sketch
tell you what it
comedy.
was. I will tell you what it was. The name of the show was Monster Squad.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It had the purser who went on to be in political office from
Yes.
Lufko.
Fred Grundy.
That's it. Fred Grundy was basically their leader. But you're right. And it literally had the three characters, where it was the werewolf, Dracula, and
Right,
Frankenstein
Frank.
as well.
Yeah.
And that was called Monster Squad. And I actually
Okay.
liked that show. It was
I saw it.
It
Yeah.
was a great Saturday morning show. So that was Groovy Ghoulie. Rose, talk to me about the Flintstones.
Well, the Flintstones, your modern Stone Age family. Really,
You had to say that. You
She had to. She had to. Come on.
Like she
was a
did
great
pay to
series.
say that.
We went a little bit into this last week about the show, how they like to incorporate the music of the era into their show. And they did an episode that we didn't speak about last week, where they kind of played on War of the Worlds from Orson Welles. And it was they were like doing this like live radio broadcast, and Fred and Barney don't realize that they're talking about an alien invasion, but it's actually the Way Outs singing rock group, sort of like the Beatles of that time, that's actually invading Bedrock, but they actually think it's aliens. It's a really, really great episode.
Well, let's take a look at it, because it is one of my favorite songs out of the songs that's been shown from the modern Stone Age fan. Hey, look what I did.
Modern Stone Age fantasy.
Oh my God. Where's my residuals? Where are my royalties?
Yeah, Mark's still on vacation.
Wait a minute, can we see this?
No, I can't see
I
a
don't
thing.
see any. I don't have any.
Yeah, you know why? Wait a minute. How did that do that?
What?
All right, I might have shared something else. Let's try this again. But listen to the music, because I really like the chorus
This is a great song.
out of this.
Oh,
Let's
Lord.
see if we can see it now.
Why am I suddenly afraid?
Be very afraid there, buddy boy. Okay, let me try this again. Let me throw it up. And
Yeah, we will. Get your bucket.
And I think this is something Ken's gonna like. Oh, I know. That was the Groovy Ghoulies. I was trying to throw up again twice. Here we go.
And a one and a two. There's a place where I can go, and that's where I wanna be. I'm saying goodbye to you, good people, for I found a place for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gonna go way out. That's where the fun is, way out. That's where the sun is, way out. Where I wanna be. Oh, that's the place for me.
By the way, Corey, yeah, we know about the rock singer point because we ran that
Corey?
last week.
Yes, Corey, you understand that you are preaching to the choir and you're talking to professionals, okay?
Semi.
So thank you for the memories, but the memories have always been here. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so that was anything else about the Flintstones you can tell us?
Well, I mean, they did a lot of different musicals, and they brought in a lot of musical guests. A lot of it was Beatle related, and the one that you showed last week was, I believe, the Rolling Stones, which was the Brumbles or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they also had there was one that what is the name of that singer? She was Anne Margrock. Anne Margrock, and she sang on there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't think we mentioned Anne Margaret last week when we were doing our guest stars.
We did briefly because she was part of the discussion.
Too. Yeah.
Briefly.
But I saw her video popped up with her song, and I'm like, oh, I totally forgot about that.
All right, guys, we're getting close to our 90 minutes out, but I want to go ahead and revisit Pebbles and Bam Bam again because I found the clip. But I enjoyed, this is just, let me tell you, on this cruise that I was on for the last 5 days, because I'm such a baby freak, I ran into so many children that I got to hug. I think I might have some pictures. The mom just emailed me the picture. I'll put that on my Facebook page shortly. But I ran into a cute redhead little girl named Maya. She must have been a year old or less. And she was the cutest thing. And the first thing came to mind were these children here. If I can get the right clip. Okay, here we go. Check this out.
Mommy told me something a little kid should know. It's all about the devil, and I've learned to hate him so. She said he causes trouble when you let him in the room. He will never ever leave you if your heart is filled with blue. So let the sun shine in, facing with the green. Smilers never lose, and frowners never win. So let the sun shine in, facing with the green. Open up your heart and let the sun shine in. When you are unhappy, the devil has a grin, but oh, he starts to run when the light comes pouring in. I know he'll be unhappy, 'cause I'll never wear a frown. Maybe if we keep on smiling, he'll
Hey, what I don't understand is why aren't these kids advocating for infant rights? They talk. I mean, they can sit there, they can play instruments and sing. Why aren't they out there holding up picket signs and saying more baby formula, more baby formula?
Okay, so this was a popular song, hit number 8 in the UK charts from the Cowboy Church Sunday School. And this is the most famous recording of it, what we just heard. Anne Murray did a version of this song.
Oh, very good.
Oh, wow.
And and on that Saturday morning cartoons greatest hits, they also did a version of this. So this song originally came out in 1954. And then the version we're listening to is a 65 version.
And, you know, it's really interesting. I mean, it is a very good, harmonic, delightful song, man. But I feel like my religious rights have just been violated because they're telling how their mommy taught them how bad the devil is, which I kind of agree with. But it's kind of like, you know, well, this is what we learned when we were little kids. You know?
It was a Sunday school. It was a Sunday school song. You know, I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah. Sunday school wrong. Yeah, that was really cool. All right, we're into our last 8 minutes here, and of course, this could be a part 2.
Oh, there will be a part 2. There will indeed be a part 2.
Because I couldn't get all of Rose's information down packed in the 30 minutes that she gave it to me. But well,
I mean, we got most. You know, that we got a whole show out of most of my stuff.
You know, that's true, Mark. That is true.
All right, tell me what you wanna hear. I got the Partridge Family.
Oh, we gotta do that.
Partridge Family.
Yeah.
Let's
do that. Partridge Family, 2200 AD.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. You started it early.
I sure did, but that's okay. That was background music. Go ahead, babe.
The Partridge Family, 2200 AD. It was on from 1974 to 1975.
Oh, not
one
in
of those one
2200
season
AD?
wonders there.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I think maybe it went 2 seasons.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
it's taking the Partridge Family and putting them in outer space like the Jetsons. In fact, you'll notice that a lot of it looks like the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Well, I was a Partridge Family. Heck, somewhere in this house, I happen to have the Partridge Family Christmas album.
I had all their albums, and I used to play them at my house when I was growing up.
I've got their Christmas album, but the point I'm getting at is I don't remember watching this show. I don't remember
it either.
I gotta wonder what came on. I gotta wonder what was it up against.
Well, let me tell you guys, I had the biggest crush on Shirley Jones. I mean, it was more lust than anything because anything.
Oh, come on! I had a thing for
the Music Man. I know you love the Music Man.
There was a movie.
Oklahoma.
There was a movie on TCM yesterday with Shirley Jones, and she was getting into a relationship. Billy Mooney was one of her kids out of 3 boys, and she was getting into a relationship with a naval commander. And the shorty shorts that she wore in that movie, and there's tongue marks all over the front of my TV screen.
Wasn't she in Oklahoma?
She was in Oklahoma. Elmer Gantry, where she was literally a prostitute in Elmer Gantry.
And you said the Music Man, right?
And my favorite with her.
I know Mark loves the Music Man.
And then there's
Trouble in River City.
The TV series came out, The Partridge Family.
Oh yeah.
And then the animated series. So I was following Shirley around. All the way into the future. Yeah. What else you got on Rose, or should I play it?
Oh, go ahead, play it. Wait.
God. Been waiting for Shirley for seconds now, you know.
Creepy old Shirley.
Go, Shirley. Any second now. Let's pray, Mark. There you go.
Cities rising in the sky. Freeway traffic jetting high. Future's here for us to see. It's 2200 AD.
Hi, Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
It's the Partridge Family.
Hey, baby. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
The Partridge Family. We're loving it all and having a ball in 2200 AD.
like they actually recolored the Jetsons there.
Oh yeah, but they also use some of the foreground characters too from other shows. If you look at how Keith is dancing, that's right out of Butch Cassidy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now this is not the series where there was a relationship going on between son and TV mom, right? That was Brady's, right?
Again,
Yes. That was
creeping
Greg
factor.
and that was Barry Williams and Florence Henderson.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. Okay, but
Yeah,
you know,
let's not talk about that this morning. That's just a little too creepy this morning.
that is very creepy. That is very creepy. But you know, I was just saying that if I was David Cassidy's character in that, if I was casted as
David Cassidy, you gotta remember,
Yeah.
she
That's her
was
half
David
her
Cassidy's
stepson, I think.
stepmother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's correct. That's correct. I remember her dad as well. Not Ted Cassidy.
John Cassidy, I think it
Was
was.
it John Cassidy? Okay.
May have been John or
I was
Ted.
gonna
I
say
can't
Jack
remember.
Cassidy, but
Yeah. Okay.
Jack, there you go, Jack Cassidy. There you go. You're right.
Yeah.
But I want to know
blonde-headed
is did Danny Bonaducci get any residuals off of this? That's what I want to know. Because I was always a Danny Bonaducci fan.
I love. You know what? That's my Danny was my favorite character on that show.
I
On
worked
Modern
with
Family.
I work with Danny Bonaducci. His wife's band actually played at Jimmy Doohan's last convention appearance, and he was there to support his wife as well during that time. So
Wow,
Was this
that's
before or after
awesome.
the drugs?
say again?
Was that before or after the drugs?
I don't know. I really didn't keep track of when he was doing it, but he you know, we were having drinks together and whatever, and watching his wife play on stage and whatever, and he was absolutely fine. So I had no complaints whatsoever.
Cool.
With Danny Bonaducci. I mean, gravelly voice, you know, pockmarked face or whatever, but he was cool. What is Ken saying? The apartment below.
Oh, he's saying that they lived with the Jet in the same universe as the Jetsons.
Maybe they did. The apartment below.
That would make sense. That would make sense because it's the same universe. It's the same universe.
Good one, Ken. Yeah, you're sick-minded. Now I know why you're one of Jerome's friends. That makes absolute sense. All right, we have 2 minutes out. We never need to end, but it should be good when we do.
Yeah.
Rose, I'll give you options of what you want to play. I don't care if it's one or more. I have Alvin and the Chipmunks. I have Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I have the Chattanooga Cats. I have Jabberjaw. I have Gypsy Girl by the Partridge Family. That's the weird psychedelic. I don't know if you guys know of this song that they sang in their animated show called Gypsy Girl, but people have made comments that it was more like an animated kind of Lucy in the Sky with diamonds. Would you like to see that?
Yeah, let's finish off with that.
An acid trip. Let's go for it.
I just lost it. Where'd it go?
See? You know, we got to get.
Yeah, there's just so much more that we can go through, and I think we'll have a sequel down the line here with other shows.
I thought I had it, but I do not.
You know, I think Rose. I think at some point we're just going to have to get some guy to run the board for Mark.
Yeah, well, you know, that would be a thrill for me. I thought I had it, and I'm going nuts.
Do you want to just finish off with Jabberjaw?
Okay,
yeah, Jabberjaw's a good one.
Okay, you know these are in alphabetical orders, and I still can't find it as if my board just
Jay. I'm sure you know it's a little hook.
Found it. Got it. All right, you want to talk a little bit about Jabberjaw?
Yeah, sure. I'd be glad to. Jabberjaw is, a lot of people might be familiar. It came out like a couple of years right after Jaws and its infamy. It came out in 1976. This was a show that I watched regularly growing up, and it was on only for like a couple of seasons. It ran till 1978, and it's about a air breathing shark called Jabberjaw who likes to play music.
Okay,
with a band.
It's in the future because they're underwater. They're it's sort of like that
And can you guys tell us what voice Jabberjaw was impersonating?
There was Curly Joe, it sounded like.
Very good. It was Curly from the Three Stooges. Here we go.
Very good, Jerome. That's right.
Can't see a thing.
Yeah, I just saw that. Stand by. I am flicking screens here as we speak. Stay there. Not yet. Stop it.
Does anybody remember that Jaws game where you like put the hook in and you pick stuff out of its mouth? I had that.
Unfortunately, I do. I mean, we had
It
so
was
many
out around the same
toys.
time as Jabberjaw because I used to watch Jabberjaw and play the game at the same time.
You know,
dear Lord.
before there were video games, we had so many toys and literally games. You know, games.
Little fishing pole, get the rubber tire out before the jaws came down on you.
Yeah.
You know, now that you mentioned, I remember the commercial. I have to dig up the commercial for that the next time we do a commercial one.
Which one? Oh yeah, we should do another commercial show because there's a lot to talk about. Here we go, guys. All righty.
Okay, couple of notes on this.
Go ahead.
All right. First off, so much of a ripoff of Scooby. Okay.
Yeah.
What's interesting though is you could see other ripoffs. The brunette was a ripoff of Alexandria from the Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
She had the same attitude, and I think it was done by the same voice actress.
Yeah.
You had the guy with the sailor cap, so much like Shaggy.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. And of course, it took place in the future because you saw all those underwater domes. So, this was what Scooby was originally supposed to be. Was supposed to be a band, and so when Scooby was successful, they got to make their band.
Right. Right.
You know.
All right.
Yeah, and the shark gets no respect, like Rodney Dangerfield. So
Dangerfield was making his appearance. He was suddenly becoming popular too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Once again, guys, this has been our Saturday morning cartoon topic of Drawn to Play Music, as mentioned and offered by Rose. We really appreciate that. We never struggle in finding cartoons each and every week. We try to put it in some sort of topic format so that we can kind of, stay relevant. We have done generic shows where we just,
we go off track. We just go off track.
And it's great that, we've created a show to be an hour-long show, and I don't think we've ever done an hour-long show yet.
Once.
Because you had to leave.
Really?
Yeah, because I had to leave. I had to leave right afterwards.
Oh, okay.
I had to leave.
Okay, so it always goes past 90 minutes, going close to 2 hours sometimes because it's just so much material.
And it's fun.
It's fun. We bring back Out Past because we should never forget Out Past. And the fact that they're not producing the cartoons each and every week that we see each and every week, because there really isn't any more cartoons each and every week unless you like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or Disney XD.
It's still not the same.
It's not
I have this though, is that, and this kind of coincides with what we did last week. I think this show ought to get hold of MeTV, and we suggest what they run for their Saturday morning cartoon shows.
Yeah, because I'm waiting, and it's nice to know that they've taken one step, okay, which is, of course, the Flintstones. They've taken one step. I think it's probably too many young people on the corporate board there, the board of directors.
Yep.
Have no idea what was around when we were growing up. If they think it was corny and kooky and whatever, then go ahead. Show your children what's on television today and then come back to us, okay?
Yeah, amen to that.
Right.
They have absolute. Hey, I want to thank all the new people that dropped in on us, Corey and Ken, a bunch of you guys, our regulars, Cheryl and Garrett and Deanna and Sage and a few more of you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We still entertain suggestions for people or for shows you'd like to see us happen in the future. We'd
love to see a cartoon crew pick the shows and do an episode about that.
Yeah, that would be great if the cartoon crew would just say, "Hey, do this next week," and we'll show up. Terry, thanks for hanging in. I know you're over in Ireland. It's 5 or 6 hours ahead of us.
It's an afternoon thing for him.
Say again.
It's the afternoon.
Afternoon for him. And Terry, we're more than welcome because it's not the fact that you're not an American. We know a lot about cartoon shows have been transported overseas, but we have no idea what you guys have been watching that came out of this country. So even if you came up with a list, Terry, we'd be glad to show them, even if it's something that we never seen before, but shown in your TVs over there in Ireland. We can dig them up and find them for you, buddy. So we will definitely honor the cartoons that came on an international broadcast as well as our broadcast over here in the US. Just give us the word, dude, and we're on it. And Terry, by the way, designed our new logo, which you'll be seeing sometime today after I take a nap. And yeah,
it's brutal.
The sun just sucks the energy out of you, man.
And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand one other thing here. This man still has 5 more days of his vacation to go.
Oh, well, actually 2, 3. Well, I go back to work on Monday, put it that way.
This Monday or next Monday?
No, it's actually this Monday coming up, which is good because I need to get back to work. I mean,
you're always thinking about work.
I am. I'm always thinking about work. And I live in Florida. If I want to go to the beach, I'll just drive to the beach up the road.
I thought you'd walk to your favorite spot.
Yeah, well, no, I wish I could, but I'm in the middle of Orlando, and
you might get a bear, or you might get a bear attack if
well,
you
we
go
get bears.
too much around.
Or the alligators.
Did you see my video of the bear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, walking across my lawn. Okay,
he was house sitting for you.
It was 11 o'clock at night. My camera caught him walking across the front of my freaking lawn, and that's usually the time that I go take the garbage out. So, you know,
yeah.
I want to say thank you to the people on my watch party, especially those who are still on. I want to say thank you to Russ and Carlisle for coming in. Big thank you, everybody, saying hello to my Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe.
And thank you to Megan and Dave for showing up also.
All right. And those that are on Jerome's watch list, if you're not being able to participate in the Cartoon Crew Room, I guess you have to friend me. Okay, which is no big deal. Just tell me you're Jerome's friend, because I get a lot of friend requests that I actually turn down. So just tell me you're Jerome's friend, and I'll go ahead and definitely deny you. And you will be able to watch, to come in and chat with us during the show. I need to make one commentary really quick, if you guys are still listening. I went to see Joker yesterday. And I want to go ahead and make this point. If you did not read my movie review, I always do spoiler-free movie reviews. If you did not read my movie review, you should, but I strongly suggest that you ignore social media and modern media that you hear going on about the violence that this could. Don't come to the theater where, this is really idiotic. I've seen worse movies than the Joker, and yet they did nothing. They paid no attention to it. John Wick had more freaking violence in it with close to 300 freaking headshots. Come on. Okay.
I just think they like to bring up, the bad things and try to bring up the past. And, what happened was horrible, but it shouldn't affect this film,
Yeah, and if they, talk about mass shootings out there and how the Joker can be in relation to it is bullcrap. Go see for yourself, judge for yourself. Don't pass around the rumors where you could say, "Oh, I heard the Joker might start, more." Come on, guys, go judge for yourself first before you open your mouth. Okay.
You know what? I heard the exact same thing.
I did. We talked about it at work yesterday.
Yeah, I heard the exact same thing back in the late 70s for a little film called The Warriors.
Oh yes,
it was the exact same commentary. And what happened? There was a few incidents because there's nuts out there. There's nobody going to deny it, but nothing happened.
Right.
Okay.
And
so
there is nothing in this movie, since I have seen it and reviewed it, thought about it first and then reviewed it. There's nothing in that movie that I think would take anyone over to the edge and do copycats of what you saw in the movie, because it wasn't really anything gratuitous, in my opinion, in that movie that, number one, hasn't already been done, or number two, that someone's going to say, hey, let's go out and do the same thing they did in the Joker. Ain't going to happen. I'm sorry. No. It's not going to happen. Go see the Joker. It was brilliantly written because I'm a big fan about script and dialogue. If I'm going to sit there and predict a movie, you failed for me. Okay.
Yeah, judge it on the content of what it is.
Exactly.
Because that's, and I'll be honest, I'm, and you know me, I'm a huge comic book guy and Batman fan. I'll be honest, this one doesn't do anything for me, but I will give it a shot and see where we go with it.
Go see it, mainly because there has never been an accurate origin story about not even a supervillain, a villain such as this. You literally get to see, if you saw the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, and you sat there and you're like, oh my God, yeah, somebody can actually be a Spider-Man. They can build this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And that brought a little bit more reality to that role of Spider-Man. This brings a lot of reality to someone going off the edge, becoming Batman's biggest arch nemesis. You can see it in this movie and you'll go, good job. Okay, so Oscar-related material in here, maybe. I think Joaquin Phoenix would at least deserves a nomination.
Oh, he'll get one. He'll get one.
Yeah,
they gave Heath Ledger the Oscar for playing the Joker in The Dark Knight.
Sure.
So they're going to at least get a nomination for it.
So go see it. Judge for yourself. Ignore the news. Okay.
Yeah.
Movie Joker is out. And if you are a comic book fan, you really need to see this. Okay. And ignore everything that they've said out there, because there's nothing in that movie we haven't already seen. So I am very, very confused about the hype. Okay. The negative hype. Put it that way. All right.
I think the problem is this one hits close to home in the big cities, especially since it's 1970s, 1980s. The people that are reviewing this grew up in that era, and it's touching.
And Jerome, you haven't seen it, okay? But you're wrong, okay? And the reason why it doesn't hit home, okay? It doesn't. This is something that's actually less, in my opinion, of what I've seen, is less of the reality that's going on right now.
I didn't say now. I said in the 70s and 80s, when you had the violence on the subways and you had the violence of the inner cities of New York and all that in the late 70s, early 80s.
Right.
And a lot of the reviewers are people who grew up in that time frame. That's why it's hitting home to them. It's a memory issue.
And I'm going to disagree with you again, okay? Because I ultimately feel that this does not tip off anything, even the past, because I grew up in the 70s and I don't see anything in relation to anything in the 70s that went on. What I saw was someone who was suffering from mental illness, and what mental illness does to someone once you, especially when you hear the backstory on why the Joker is the way he is. And part of that is in my review as well. So just go and see it, then judge. Okay. And that's what I try to tell people, because it's almost like we're back on training wheels again, the society, that they can't think anymore without assistance. And that's wrong. You should be capable of practicing your own individualism as a person who is walking the earth. Let's put it that way. Okay. And not mob mentality. Okay, so anyway, enough of the preaching and all that. This has been Saturday Morning Cartoons. We did a segment on Drawn to Play Music. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to see you guys again for future segments. We're good. The crew here is going to talk about what we're doing for next week. Since I'm home for the entire month, I don't have anything really planned until maybe Christmas. But on behalf of Jerome, and thanks to Jerome, on behalf of Rose, and thanks to Rose, this has been fabulous. You did a fantastic job, Rose. We have more material to use for part 2. Jerome, I think it's your turn to come up with something. So we'll talk that in a bit. Thanks, everyone. We really appreciate it, and we will talk to you guys soon. Ciao, and so long. Live long and prosper. I love that. Hold on for a sec. I need to find the off switch.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.